TBS News, I'm Rosine Park. South Korea will begin on Monday its return to normal life amid the pandemic under a new scheme that focuses on living with the coronavirus rather than trying to eradicate it. The change comes after nearly 2 years of tough antivirus measures that have restricted daily activities and put a strain on businesses. Chang has the details.
With vaccination rates up and more than 70% of the population fully inoculated, the government decided to gradually ease tough social distancing despite still rising infections. The biggest change will be a total lifting of curfews for multiuse facilities, with the exception of nightlife entertainment establishments. The limit on private social gatherings will also be eased. Up to 10 people will be able to come together in the capital region and 12 in other areas, regardless of vaccination status. A new vaccine pass system will also require people to show proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test result to enter high-risk facilities such as gyms. The pandemic is not over yet, and authorities are still concerned about another winter surge, the threat of virus variants, and waning vaccine efficacy. So that's why indoor and outdoor mask mandates will continue along with coronavirus testing and contact tracing.
The Korea Disease Control and Prevention Agency has reported 2,124 new COVID cases and 9 more lives taken by the virus. A majority of the new infections were from the Greater Seoul area, including Incheon and the surrounding Gyeonggi province. Health officials have called for vigilance this Halloween weekend to slow the spread and prevent new outbreaks. The World Health Organization has said it needs more than $23 billion over the next year for its plan to conquer COVID-19. WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus called on the group of 20 nations to pay up ahead of a summit of world leaders this weekend in Rome. He said they can no longer leave poorer countries hanging out to dry. He said that we are at a decisive moment requiring decisive leadership to make the world safer, explaining the money was needed to secure more vaccines, tests, and treatments, and potentially prevent another 5 million deaths in the crisis. Facebook is changing its corporate name to Meta Platforms, or Meta for short. CEO Mark Zuckerberg said the change reflects his company's commitment to developing the new surround yourself technology known as the metaverse. But critics believe the rebrand is a ploy to change the subject from the Facebook papers, which portray the company as putting profits ahead of ridding its platform of hate, political strife, and misinformation around the world. The BBC's James Clayton reports.
Facebook is essentially going to be split into 2 different parts. One part is the social media apps part of the business, that's Instagram, WhatsApp, and Facebook. The other part is Oculus, that's virtual reality, and this concept of the metaverse, which is essentially an online area where you can chat to your friends, you'll have your own avatar, and a sort of umbrella name for that company now is going to be called Meta. But a lot of people will look at this and think this is smoke and mirrors. This is Facebook trying to redirect emphasis on the name rather than on all of those negative stories that we've seen over the past month.
That's all the news for now. You're listening to TBS eFM.